Good morning. Yes, I am up a little earlier today as we have service at 10. I have to warm up the vocal cords and all of those things. Not sure if we'll have a sunrise, but we are supposed to have a fairly nice day here in the metro Atlanta area and maybe some thunder showers. Maybe. Good morning. I wanted to share with you from Deuteronomy, and actually a dear, dear friend who is married to a leading Jewish theologian, shared this yesterday. And it's out of Deuteronomy, but the word that's there is Alpi Adonai, Alpi Adonai. And I will double check the phonetics on that. I did not get a chance to. But it talks about by the voice of the Lord. Alpi Adonai, by the voice of the Lord. What's interesting about that is that same breath that we're talking about in voice is in you because the breath of life came directly from Adonai. So this morning, as we pray, by the voice of the Lord, may you hear the love and laughter as, of course, we continue to celebrate in this country all the way through tomorrow. Alpi Adonai, the voice of the Lord. But in this text is where they're on the Mount Moab, and it's the last thing that Moses did. And she shared from the Midrash that it's as if the Creator came and kissed Moses, and in that kiss, the last breath was taken with Adonai. So I'll thoroughly look at that and make sure that she knows that I'm going to share it. But it was for their Shabbat reading. It was so beautiful. Because as babies, we're waiting and waiting for our babies to take that first breath. But the last breath, that exhale, is just as important. Alpi Adonai, the voice, the voice. The voice of the Lord came to me. The voice of the Lord said to me, may you know that voice. And some of you do. I know that you do. You know the voice of the Lord. You know when God is speaking. You know how to hear the Lord read the room and tell you the truth about everything that's going on in the room, and you remain silent. Alpi Adonai, voice of the Lord. That's our word for this morning. Isn't that beautiful? It is beautiful. So when we get through many of the Hebrew names, I want to introduce you to African sacred names, because every group and culture, indigenous group, had their own sacred names that are very important. Not just one area is important, they're all important. I don't think throughout human history, people have not stretched their hands to the heavens, knowing and understanding that something is higher than them, that maintains them, blesses their land, blesses their children. Alpi Adonai, voice of the Lord. Speak softly this morning to your children, to your people, to those that understand and are aware of the breath of life that flows within them. That breath from God is so powerful. Without it, if it's not in the blood, guess what? You're gone. That breath, we call it oxygen. Yes, it's important. So you have a blessed day. I may do another short video right before I start service and show you where I'm set up and things like that. But that is your word for today. Alpi Adonai, voice of the Lord. Sometimes you're that voice. Yes, you are. Whether you want to admit it or not, and you don't need to be an ordained preacher, but now if you're trying to teach people, you need to go study and have something to really teach people. But that does not mean God is not speaking through you. God speaks to you through your family, to your children, to your sisters, your brothers, your aunties. God will speak through you. Don't toss away that, no, I'm just a regular person. Check the sacred text from the Indus area to the natives in America, to our native tribes on the continent of Africa. Yeah, God was speaking, but it was through ordinary people, not people that were flossing and balling up and acting like they had something to say, which is why sometimes I say, be careful, because you're going to have a lot of entertainers coming out and being spiritualists and speaking into you. Guard your soul. Our spiritual energy has been used long enough for other people to power their agenda. Alpai Adonai, voice of the Lord. Be that still voice on the inside to love and guide us and strengthen us, to take us where you want us to go. And may we be ready for all the places and things you want us to do and to see and to say. Alpai Adonai. Good morning.